Hello, I've been doing lots of trips away and mapping, more exciting, but it's about time you saw me doing some mapping near where I live in Durham. So picked a sunny day for it on my scooter, so I've stopped but carried this around for 5 minutes I think. And yeah, there's a few OSM notes. This little residential road, I remember when it was a field that got ploughed up to avoid people using the footpaths. Then they built houses and the footpaths are just round the edge. So I've done that. There's a few notes I'm going to see, and I think there's another little cul-de-sac that might have been built. I don't know how big it is, but we'll see that. And I think this is quite handy with the scooter to scoot around and save me some time. And I've loaded up, this is, well, Belmont's kind of around here, and the parish extends here into what a lot of people will call Gilesgate. So took a photo just confirming it's Hornbeam Close. Someone's added a lot of detail of it already. And this is going to be a bit tricky, so I have imagery offset to my saving. Looking at my GPS, that's fairly accurate. Yeah, try and use the corners here. One of these is more precise than the other, but they match up. Yeah, so I think that's accurate. But you can see here the houses have all been mapped already, so I'm going to have to shift them into place, it looks like. They maybe aren't quite right anyway. So what I'll do, although I've mapped these keypad mapper, it makes the notes, the points. I'll shift them here just so I know what I'm doing. So that one was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then I can use B just to draw that building and that building. And in fact, I think someone did points here already, so I could delete mine that have less information. Well, someone's mapped the buildings here with all the house numbers. So 36, 8, 7, 5. They go in an odd order. I wonder if that's because some are upstairs, some are downstairs. But my notes actually seem to agree that they went in an odd order. I should pay more attention to that. So I'll shift them here. And what we can do is we can make these bigger as well. And if you manually shifted buildings, it's good to press Q to just put it all to right angles. So you can see they are bunched up really close. 5, 7, 8 and 6. In fact, that's 4 numbers and 3 doors. That doesn't add up. Anyway, it's strange, but that's correct. hold down Control to click all these points. They're no longer needed, so I can delete them. And you can see I'm going to do that with the rest of the houses because it matches the rest of Gilesgate that's been done as the building outline has been mapped, although slightly offset, but that's been mapped rather than points. So we'll do that. So that one is now, oh, it was a note from me in 2016. Ah, because my battery ran out. I do remember that. So it was me that maybe did those bits. I think someone else has also helped there. So it shows these new housing estates, even if they're small. You can do a bit and try and get on them on the map, but it's good to come back. Similar to if you watched my video on mapping the estate in Felton and how that changed coming back a few years later. All houses now mapped. But anyway, I went round here. You can see there's two GPX traces. One is from Keypad Mapper, but when I'm not looking at it, it doesn't record, so it suddenly jumps. OSM manned, however, it's in my pocket or on my scooter mount, and it records it all. I did my first drive-by mapping that really felt like that. Stopped the scooter, turned the engine off, but didn't really move from my seat. Unclipped my phone to then use it to take a photo. Just of the shops, because the note said that the Chinese restaurant had changed name. They were correct. So I took a photo of all the shops. I think the rest are probably the same in that little stretch, but I'll update that. What else we got? Yeah, so then I scooted round here, round the bends, past all the parked cars, went up here. Pointing doesn't help you. I should have turned around there, but I did get a bit confused. I don't normally come from that way to get to the shops. Round here and pulled in here. It's a shame I had another camera that didn't record my view as I scooted, but I think this was the real drive-by mapping. Literally pulled up, engine off, take two photos, engine on, went away. Would have been quicker, but some youngsters on bikes were hanging around. Bit of a rough area, but they're hanging around and they asked, "Oh, can you do a wheelie on that?" I very much said no to them. But anyway, this has changed. So so radiance does not look like it's radiant anymore. So that's an old name. Disused shop. And all the other bits are still valid. Cloisters of Durham is now Gilesgate Golden Chippy. Still fast food, so the cuisine is fish and chips. That building there is Dash, which is named. Remember, it used to be a pub. So what did I do? I've got the Golden Chippy. There's that house, and then the orange sign is now, so it's still a Chinese takeaway, but it's called Lucky Dragon. Okay. And then, oh, did I not? Oh, it's in that Gilesgate off license is still the same. So that was my 2 photos. And that means that night, which is now Lucky Dragon, confirmed it's Lucky Dragon and updated the map. Kind of appropriate for me to update it, given my username is Living with Dragons. Yeah. Named after my blog, livingwithdragons.com. But then I went a bit further down, so that's another note that on. Yeah, and I came to this bit. I thought it was more of a housing estate, but it's actually quite new. Hartley Gardens, there's the showroom, and there's kind of 6 houses I can get to and record the numbers. I don't think anyone's moved in yet. But helpful looking at the signs, it does look like this, very unusual for new builds. The plot numbers are going to be the same as the house numbers. So that's interesting and special, quite good. Means I can add the house numbers right away. So if I don't get back here when people move in, their houses will be on the map. And they've actually already done a few things. There's a history notice board, a community notice board, sorry, a history information board. Yeah, and a few bits to make it nice. So there's that detail I can add, which will help people that are considering moving here look at the map. So I'm going to scoot on. There's a couple of other things I can fix near here. It is quite annoying because on the scooter I get the wind and I get warm, so I've got fleece on, but when I'm walking around I can only really do 5 maybe 10 minutes because yeah, it just gets so hot in today's sun. So nice day for being outside. Maybe not the best weather for this kind of note hunting, as I called it in a previous video. This is the site of that new housing estate. It's mapped as land use brownfield. Now what I'm going to do, because anyone who maps around here is advanced, these housing numbers need doing. But anyway, because they're advanced, you can see land use is joined up. Sometimes people do it just very close because it's easier to manage. But I think we all know what we're doing here. In JOSM, to see if there's multiple kind of lines joined up, you hold down the middle mouse button and you can hold down Control to click that one or to select that one. I'm going to put a node in there, and that, I'm going to select that one and that one and press P to split it. We'll do that, and then select this one, hold Control, and I can click roughly there, and then this went around like so. Maybe should have done it differently. Now this one I'm going to change to land use construction because that's where they were still building houses. And this one I can then select here, making sure I click all the same nodes. And this one will be land use land. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh, because it's already there. Delete that. Then we type land use residential. Yeah, we're going to remove the description there. And I think not worth keeping that. And the name is Hartley Gardens. And the helpful thing about this is, as more of it opens, you can kind of drag this and make it bigger and smaller, and you make both areas the same. The thing you have to remember is not use these middle. Oh no, you can do that. That's fine. But yeah, you can also add nodes in if it changes its shape. But that's as much as it's got now. I'm going to have to, this has changed a fair bit. Did I take enough photos? Here. I hope that cherry tree's still there, because someone mapped it, possibly because it's an important cherry tree. It might have a preservation on it. I use Keypad Mapper. I could start estimating where the buildings are, but we know that's likely to change, don't we? I can still do it a bit. And with this, I can put note showroom. If I knew the size of these, I could use the measurement tools down the bottom when I'm making them to make sure they're the right size and then copy them. But unfortunately, I don't. So they're just estimations at the moment. And what else do we have here? So because the showroom had a house number, it was house 2, and some of these plot 6 but house 6. It's interesting, I may have said on the video, I think they I think they're naming the plot numbers after what the house number's going to be. Sometimes they don't relate at all. So number 6 was over the line, so actually that's where construction is. And oh, you know what I could have done? Could have shown you how to use the terracer tool. So I can go like that, and then I think it's Shift T, yeah, to terrace this. Goes from 5 to 6, all of them. Street, I've forgotten what the street is. Okay, and then Control and Shift to spin round to get them the right way. Yeah, one way to add them there, but I've been going with the house numbers here because that's going to be a lot easier when someone maps them, and when we've got aerial imagery can actually do that. So I could just go, that's number 7 there. Yeah. So 5 and 6. And I tried to look down, so what I can also do is do this and do highway construction construction equals residential. So it'll show up like a residential road but dashed. I was trying to work out, I think after the next house there was maybe one there. I'll just copy that and paste those values. Sometimes when you look through those fences you can see a bit more, you can work out where they're going to put the roads. You can see houses along there, but couldn't really tell here, not yet anyway. I could also add operator chapter homes. I think we should do this more with new residential areas, because then it means if chapter homes ever want to tell us where all their new sites are, we could match them against this. Or if they want to find them, they could. and they're just a bit of a gap space. But mapping these show that, although maybe an area historically full of social housing, like there are green spaces around here. There's quite a few, you know. Anyone looking on the map, on OpenStreetMap, will be able to see that now. And then I wished off. Oh, was there a note there? There was no note there. I just knew about Hartley Green and thought there was more there. Then I wished round here, had to follow a bus to this confirmed location of Durham Metals. So yes, it was a tiny little alleyway in here, and then this kind of site here. Land use industrial, I guess. I don't know how else to map it. But the sign, did I take a good sign? Durham Metals / Autos. So scrap metal, not going to tell me a lot of information. They use Google Maps on their site, which that's completely wrong. It's over there. And there's a photo of me wearing my scooter helmet. Not sure why I took that photo. But then I went zoop. Around here, this was interesting, a place that keeps changing as you go back. I mean, probably around here might have been the first house numbers I started mapping, I guess. And then suddenly that place appeared. So, what was the note? The note was missing post office. Actually, it's already mapped. It's within JL News. So we'll just mark that off straight away. And what did I notice here? That's a house, that's fine. JL News is still there, but it's post office. And there's actually 2 shops here. So I'm going to have to do some division. Oh no, hang on, no it's not. Undo that. It's one, it's got the door in the middle, which confused me. And it's a hairdresser's, so... Oh, but you know what? We've seen in other videos post boxes going missing. This was a telephone. I remember the telephone box being there, which is why I noticed it's still on the map and not mapped. And it's gone. And where's the reference on this? Ah. Oh, sorry, it's there. I'm completely not seeing it. DH1141. Yep, that's still that. The same. So, then where did I go next? Quite a small, simple one. Don't know how well it's used. But the buses are going off east, so they come up here. They do a quick turn round and get out, because otherwise they end up at the Arriva bus depot of their competitors. Don't want to do that. I don't know. Last of all is a bus stop. Apparently the name's changed and actually the location's slightly wrong. There's not much of the location. I can update that because I can see it here. It doesn't on the bus stop say the name, but I was on the bus the other day. And it is called Turning Circle, Business Park Turning Circle, so I'll update that. But that's 5 notes updated, or at least surveyed and found correct and confirmed. surveyed and confirmed the information for them. So it's just back at the computer, the bits there to use that information to update them. Yeah, a bit less than an hour I think I've spent, and I wanted to finish my day, well, I wanted to continue my day doing other things on this industrial estate. So yeah, it all worked out anyway. So that was an hour, but it was scooting between and small little bits. It took me about 35 minutes. No, yeah, I think 35 minutes to kind of map it all, edit it all. So I'll upload that. Nice little thing. Close off some notes. I'll make sure to close off this one. But then we'll do the woo and show you what the map looked like. Because it's lots of different places. I'll probably zoom in on the screenshot, show you what it looked like, and then what it looks like now in each of those spots. But I better make sure I take the screenshots before I upload it, so that we can see the before.